to our final part of this weekend Wrestling Mom's Basement, Week 12. I, of course, am Patrick Young. This guy to my right is my thunder buddy, Joe Pineda.
Thank you.
I decided to skip the wrestling
Yes.
references this week for this, and just go straight to 10.
Okay. We like to snuggle when we thumb.
Ironically, we were snuggling.
Yes. Just. Speaking of snuggling,
I was waiting to see what you'd do to segue out of that.
there was a lot of snuggling going on with your pillow. I guess when you watched Slamboree 1999.
Yes, you know, that very attractive, over-the-hill main event seat of WCW 1999. You know, it's the same as WCW 1998 and 1997.
Now that's a damn lie. Because I watched Halloween Havoc 1997 today. And
What was the main event?
Brian Piper was not in the main event of Slamboree 1999. Or Hulk Hogan.
Okay, you got me on Hogan, but Roddy Piper was still in one of the big matches in this card.
What?
Yes.
Oh! What was Hogan this week?
Well, now, big meaning it headlined for
Right, it wasn't a main event.
But are we getting ahead of ourselves? Who actually goes first in this review, Joe?
Oh, you.
It is me, okay.
1999.
Alright, 1999, WCW.
I'm in 2007 WWE.
WCW. The show, Slamboree, 1999, which I didn't know this going into, but it actually happened on my 8th birthday. It happened on May 9th, my birthday, in front of the 20,000 fans. 7,000 were not paid. They were free.
Still better than Impact Wrestling.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, maybe not.
This stadium, the TWA Dome, is the former home of the St. Louis Rams, now the Los Angeles Rams. That held 70,000 people.
TNA's told them down for glory where they didn't have serious citizen preferences.
That's true, yeah.
And they're expecting or hoping for 500.
If you want to know how far WCW came in their
Decline.
their decline and downslide, about 6 months earlier than this pay-per-view event, the TWA Dome was actually sold out for them.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
They're screwed.
Alright, and another, the main event match was actually Kevin Nash versus DDP for the WCW Championship.
I swear you did this main event before.
Probably.
Oh, wait, that was Kevin Nash with Jeff Jarrett.
Yes.
Like,
And it's also interesting to note that Kevin Nash is also the head booker at this time for WCW.
oh, so he booked the most talented guy in the main event. That makes sense.
Well, I'll get into the quality of the match later on down my review.
Up first is the match of the night.
Up first is the match of the night. However, to start off with, WCW has terrible video packages.
You just figured that out?
But, like, this night, they were, like, really bad.
Oh, okay.
In fact, the main event I just mentioned has a video package that looks like it could be part of a romantic comedy. like the music was that, but like how the graphics looked, it was like Nash. It was like DDP's like 3 pictures, then Nash's 3 pictures. Like it looked really weird, and just random video packages of here was the formula of their video package for their major stars. I think they had Goldberg, Sting, DDP, and I believe Nash also had one as well. It was like them entering the ring or them posing in the ring with some sort of like opaque like writing, like articles, like going over this video at the same time. Terrible. I don't know what those video packages proved. I don't. Well, anyway, getting to the first match. It was for the WCW World Tag Team Championships. Billy Kidman and Rey Mysterio, who were the champions, versus Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko with Arn Anderson. They were 4 horsemen at the time. Versus Perry Saturn and Raven. This match was actually the best match of the night. I'm not gonna hold out for spoilers here because I know you won't me to trash the other matches. But this was definitely the best match of the night. It probably could have been better than one would think. It's worse. I'm not saying it's worse in a bad way, but it's worse than what you would think it is. But it's probably it could have been better, pretty much. There were like off parts in the match where it was sort of slowed down, but there were points that brought it up to it. So, however, the ending didn't necessarily help it with the unneeded run-in from Chris Kanyon in a Sting mask.
Why?
I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
This because from the review I'm doing my notes off of, it said that Kanyon would join the Jersey Triad months later. So
To feud the Revolution.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. I did, however. I'm sorry. The winners of the match ended up being Saturn and Raven. Raven hit Billy Kidman with the Tower of London, which his version is called the Even Flow, for you Pearl Jam fans out there. And Malenko also had a submission on, I believe it was either Saturn or Kidman. I ended up giving the match a B. It's the high point. No other match is ever going to reach it on this card. Nor did I expect it to, so. Alright, the next match. Oh boy.
Is that a good boy?
It is Stevie Ray
My boy.
versus Conan.
Oh, Conan can be good.
He can be good, but he needs the right.
Not Stevie Ray.
Yes. He needs the right, not Stevie Ray.
So you just said you murdered Stevie Ray. That's not hard.
Yes. Stevie Ray is also has in his corner the Horace Hogan and Virgil.
Oh, so this is NWO 99.
Oh, and before the match, Conan did his "Let Me Speak on This" Odelay thing.
Yeah.
He had his whole promo, and when she started listing salad dressings like ranch, Caesar, Thousand Island dressings like that.
Italian. French.
Exactly.
Balsamic vinegar.
Yes.
Chardon.
And then he said something. Well, he started making like food references afterwards, where I think he pointed and said something about somebody in the crowd. He pointed in the crowd. I don't know who he was pointing at.
You call him Luke.
But then he pointed at David Penzer and said he could toss his salad. That's a direct quote, by the way. And then he pointed at Stevie Ray and said he can peel his potato. I'm not making this up. I assure you, I'm not making this up.
Without Russo.
Yes. Well, anyway, this match is boring as shit. You really can't expect much out of Stevie Ray in a singles match, and this definitely wasn't a time he delivered, so. Most of the match ended up being Horace Hogan and Vincent, aka the former Virgil, or wrestling superstar Virgil, as he's known on the tablecloth. They pretty much interfere behind the ref's back and what have you, until the end of the match comes where Ray gets involved because the Filthy Animals, Conan and Ray, were stablemates. He gets involved and pretty much takes out the less famous Hogan known as Horace and Virgil. And this distracts Stevie Ray, who gets rolled up. Yes, it's an F. I don't know why I went back to my grades to tell you what the grade is, but it's an F. It's an F big time.
Side note, while Pat's getting together next match, I met wrestler superstar Virgil. I had a Monster Jam show, meet and greet, in 2000 or 2001 down in Wildwood, New Jersey.
Do you have the same tablecloth?
The yellow one with the black lettering?
Yep.
Now this is right like a year or two away from this. Just to clarify, it was a Monster Jam meet and greet for the monster truck drivers. And he was in the park where it was being held with his little table and his yellow and black tablecloth. That's a wrestler superstar Virgil. And I met him. He charged me $5.
Was anybody else meeting him?
What was important is that he made $5 that night. So he could blow himself a soda on the boardwalk.
I know his big thing's Olive Garden. I don't think you can get endless salad and breadsticks from that.
No.
Alright, the next match is a hardcore match between Bam Bam Bigelow and Brian Knox.
Oh, this has potential. No, I'm joking.
No.
Or Bam Bam.
I've never seen a more boring hardcore match, to be honest. The commentators were like very interested in the sounds coming off the metal objects, the trash can, trash lid, the frying pan, or the baking sheet or whatever. They were interested in it. But to me, it just seemed like they were taking turns hitting each other with such things. Going back and selling it, then the person that just got hit with it grabbed another thing and hit him, and then the cycle would just repeat. We just repeat. And yeah, it is like if you think of like the weapons WWE used in the Attitude Era, like not the just the basic like hardcore title division matches, where you get the cookie sheets, the trash cans, the broomsticks. Like you think of those weapons, this is like if that division had like a backstage wrestling company or a backyard wrestling company.
Okay.
Like there wasn't really any story behind it. There wasn't any like moves you could say. It would be like a backyard company that would just use those weapons without any like light tubes, barbed wire, thumbtacks, like vicious weapons like that. It was pretty much like household items they were hitting each other with. And they were just hitting, other guy sells, grabs their weapon, hits the other guy who sells, grab a weapon, hit the other guy. Like, that's what it felt like to me. However, it was false count anywhere. And the end came when Bam Bam Bigelow hit a suplex through a table, I would say like right off the curtain area. So Bam Bam was your winner in a boring-ass hardcore match. F.
No, I really want a hardcore match for WCW didn't finish bad. Wait till 2 months later. Match at the Beach 99, the Junkyard Invitational.
Oh yeah.
Well, those two, and Finley specifically, I know, are in that, and a whole bunch of other people that.
I know a whole bunch of people got injured from that too.
In an actual junkyard in the dark.
Yes. Alright, the next match is for the WCW Television Championship.
Booker should be champion.
Booker T is the champion.
Oh, we have a good match.
Versus Rick Steiner.
Never mind.
This is another thing. This is probably this match probably had the best video package of the night, and it was just them going back and forth with what the story actually was. It was edited horribly. Like if WWE put this on their TV for a video package for a match,
It'd be bad.
It would be hilariously bad.
Okay. For them, it's
for
also...
them, it's best video package they did. Which is funny because the Turner organization is a huge media operation at the time. Huge. Billionaire,
Huge.
yeah. Billionaire Ted's like hundreds of billions of dollars.
Yeah.
But they can't like spend the money on their video packages to save their lives. Just things like that, you can tell, like, even when WCW was good, they always had that problem.
Oh, yeah.
So, I guess it was one of the things where WWE upped their production value to do what WCW can, and ended up going in huge favor for them. Well, anyway, getting back to,
Just imagine the Shield reunion video package is going to be like continued.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to what he's described.
Yeah. But it was still sort of confusing. I believe it was Scott Steiner helped Rick Steiner, or no, he helped Booker T defend his title on against Rick Steiner. On like a Nitro a couple weeks before.
That's right.
And this one,
Scott's the face.
For
a moment.
Yeah, a little bit.
And Rick's the heel, yeah. Steve Ray's like with Rick or something.
Yeah. This is another boring match. It seems to be a trend on these shows.
Oh, no. So this was a 1993 Rick Steiner match?
No. However, Scott Steiner ends up coming out here and helping his brother.
He turned heel?
Yep. He helped his brother. He had he shows up on the apron. Booker T tells him to get down. He gets Steiner aligned, and I guess both of them beat Booker T up at the end of the match. So Rick Steiner is your winner and the television champion. This match was terrible. Now we get to probably the most interesting part of the night. I'll just give you the match and I'll give you my description of it. It was Charles Robinson, the referee, the senior referee currently for WWE, and Gorgeous George.
Not the 1950s wrestler.
No, not the 1950s wrestler. The blonde woman one of the three blonde women that wasn't...
The non-famous one.
Yeah, that wasn't Medusa and didn't become Molly Holly.
The non-talented one.
Yes.
In a ring.
Exactly. I'm just going to come out and say, this is oddly an entertaining match. Like, Gorgeous George actually pulled out good moves. And it was very entertaining also to see Charles Robinson just dive head first into like the Nature Boy gimmick. Like, for some reason, that combo together was just entertaining. Yeah, so I'll go a bit more into this. Before the match, actually, Ric Flair said he always wanted to sleep with Medusa, and then told Miss Madness 1999, aka Molly Holly, that she can also ride Space Mountain.
That's fair.
Actually, this is one of the promos where Ric Flair gives out his hotel room number. And Robinson actually tells Gorgeous George she can ride Space Mountain after they're done. The funny thing is, Gorgeous George actually pulls out like good wrestling moves. She actually shows off good wrestling, decent wrestling ability, which is a surprise to me.
Yeah.
I didn't think she stepped in the ring. I didn't think she could wrestle at all.
I mean, I guess you're trained on the Trailblazer documentary on the network that came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, they were going for Medusa's career, but I just assumed that was part of what Medusa wanted to do was just train the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't think she was actually anything decent.
Yes. However, there were definite problems with the matches. Like, you can't expect a 5-star classic out of Charles Robinson and Gorgeous George.
On this card, you can.
in this card, you can expect it to be the second best match of the night.
I have the equivalent of Great Khali versus Hornswoggle on my show.
On this card, I'd be begging for that. So. And also, a little fun fact. There was a woman on ringside with Ric Flair named Asia. She was a blonde female, like bodybuilder, muscular. Asia spelled A-Y-S-A.
ASYA.
Oh, A-S-Y-A.
They replaced the I.
You know, a jacked female bodybuilder that has
Why replace that I in
a Far East
country?
area. That is named after a Far East area.
With a Y replacing an I.
With the Y replacing the I. Does that sound familiar to any of you?
No.
Well, anyway.
Wait a minute. Yeah, you keep on telling them what I think. China.
Well, anyway, Charles Robinson actually, at one point works the leg. Maybe works it a little bit too much. But he also ends up putting her in the figure 4. She ends up turning herself out of it and reversing the hold. The whole thing breaks down. I believe it was Charles Robinson body slammed Miss Madness, Molly Holly, on the outside.
Okay.
They go to cover her. Like the faces watch over, like, oh my god, you're watching over. Medusa runs over, kicks Asia in the head. And Gorgeous George actually wins with one of the Macho Man patented elbow drops. It wasn't anywhere near the quality of Macho Man. Definitely on the far end of the Kari scene
Never mind.
spectrum.
Shawn Michaels area.
However, Gorgeous George gets the win. And I forgot to mention this before, but the stipulation was, if Gorgeous George won, Macho Man would be reinstated. Because he was brought back a month before for the referee in the Fatal 4-Way, where DP won his first. But he wasn't an in-ring competitor at that point. So, Gorgeous George won this match, Macho Man's reinstated. I ended up giving it a D, which is probably more than what you'd expected should have gotten.
Yes.
It's definitely way more. It is my second favorite match of the night, so.
Well, you know what that means? The other 4 matches, you got D- for Fs.
Yes. Yes.
I'm expecting the latter. For all 4.
Alright, the next match was for the WCW United States Championship, Buff Bagwell versus Scott Steiner, who was in fact the champion.
This could be a clinic.
It really wasn't. This match is boring. I really don't have that much to say about this match, because there really isn't much to say about this match. Steiner actually ends up... I'm sorry, I can actually say something. Rick also helped his brother win this, and Scott Steiner wins with the Steiner recliner.
Both Bagwell may have been his 10th year as rookie here, by the way.
Yeah, F. The next match was for actually the presidency of WCW.
That's where Piper comes in.
Yes. It's Ric Flair with Arn Anderson and Asia again versus Roddy Piper.
Okay, this was 1989.
Yes.
A.
If this was like 1992, this would be an
A.
However, it's 1999. This is post hip replacement Roddy Piper, so he's considerably slower in the ring. Actually, if Piper was just 1992 Piper, this would be a good match. Because Flair could have good matches at this point.
Yeah.
He could at least have entertaining matches, if none the least. However, most of it did rely on the in-ring skills of both, because this match actually went about 12 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Piper lost.
thanks for the spoiler, but in the wackiest way. But in the most convoluted way possible.
Oh, I didn't realize it stood out loud, my bad.
Before the match, since Ric Flair is in fact the president of WCW, he replaces the referee with Little Nate.
Okay.
And this is the story where Roddy Piper has Ric Flair commit an mental institution. And Little Nate is president for WCW for a little time. But Roddy Piper said Rick's not fit to be president, and this is the extent of their feud.
This is wrong time where I tuned out WCW because all this really special about it. I just have bits and pieces.
Yeah. Parts of this match were actually entertaining. It's mostly Flair just being that over-the-top heel again. But the endings where you can talk about this match mostly. Yeah. Well, let me just get this straight. Roddy Piper has Ric Flair in a figure 4 leg lock.
Okay.
Since Little Nate is the referee, he's over there asking, "Do you give up? Do you give up?" Tony Schiavone says that at one point, I don't hear that. You can't really hear this from Flair. You can hear him saying something, but you can't exactly tell what.
Oh no.
Ric Flair says yes. Apparently, is Tony Schiavone's opinion or call. But they do play it off as, since Little Nate, he's like no, and Ric Flair saying yes. I'm guessing that's what they were trying to get off. But you really couldn't hear Flair, which is weird because you can hear Flair
A mile away.
Yeah, from a mile away in any other match. However, the match continues after Ric Flair apparently said yes, and Flair actually ends up hitting Piper with like a brass knucks or like something. Yeah, brass knucks.
Yeah, because in WCW they would use the term metal object.
Yes.
They want to say what they want.
However, this is where things get convoluted. Eric Bischoff comes out.
Okay.
And says that in the match, Ric Flair lost.
Okay.
And then in fact, Ric Flair is no longer WCW president. What power Eric Bischoff has at this time is uncertain. Because Ric Flair is the president, in fact. So, Piper celebrates with Bischoff and does something you never thought he'd do, and that's shake Eric Bischoff's hand. Because the NWO stuff with him and Piper and Hogan. But, to be honest, what part is confusing? What part does Eric Bischoff play in WCW at this point? Kayfabe-wise. Because they said it earlier. I mean, they even explained why it was confusing. They never actually ended up explaining it, though. Like why Bischoff has that power to say, no, Ric Flair, you lost the match. But they don't exactly explain why.
Okay.
Yeah. So Ric Flair loses by DQ and is no longer president.
Which one?
F. All right.
Part 2.
Yes. Part 2 will be coming up
Shortly.
Yes.